Good morning. I'm live in Costa Mesa, California today, and this is your Namaste Today. Good morning, my friend, and Namaste, and welcome to Namaste Today in the Zodiac weather. My name is Witecki. I call myself the Sensei to Sirius joy. My mission is to stand in my heart and walk in my light. And you know what? It's so nice to light walk with you. Thanks for showing up each day and affirming the light in me and the light in you. That's kind of what the Namaste is, and I'm quite grateful for that. This show covers Tuesday, April 28, 2015. And today on Tuesday, Step 8 is what rules our day. Now, we're actually 9 days into the transit of Taurus. So we're 9 days into I Manifest. I Manifest is one of the 12 states of awareness that humans have. Humans are just born knowing how to put things together. That's part of our creativeness. And each year, when the sun is in Taurus, we re-examine what we're going to manifest and what we're not going to manifest, what we're going to put our time and energy into, or literally our love and protection into, and see what comes of it. Well, today, my friend, in Step 8, we're at that very difficult point where you only have so much time and so much love and so much space, and so it's time to decide what's going to get most of your attention and what is going to be put on the back burner. Now, as a Taurus, I have to say I have 5 billion back burners. I have so much cooking. I have more cooking than I have on the table. And that's, by the way, one of my problems, I understand. So Step 8 has been one that's been hard for me because as a Papa Bear, as a creator, I just can't let anything go behind. I can't leave any child behind. I have a hard time. I can. I'm not going to say I can't anymore. I'm going to say I can. So we're going to talk about making important decisions today, and decisions that affect what you're going to manifest and what you're not, what babies you're going to have this year and what you're not. But before we get serious about that joy, let's first tame our brain, shall we, with the phrase of today. I am listening to my heart, and I hereby decide ... So this is one of those that you put in your own explanation there for the 3 ellipses, the ... You tell me what it is you decide. So for myself, listening to my heart, I hereby decide that I'm going to continue shooting Namaste Today all year long. Well, that's a good one. I knew that already. But that was an easy low fruit, as they say. And that's kind of what you want to do today. We're only at Step 8, not Step 28, not Step 18. We're at Step 8, which means we're pretty much deciding the obvious from the non-obvious. And basically, you want to keep our mind to be 2 things. Listening to our heart, and then we're hereby deciding. Now notice the way we're spelling I there below at the screen. That is, in my opinion, the source of I. The I is the eye in the sky. So when I decide, you're saying you, the universe, and everything, your third eye, your vision for where you're going, and that's what we're saying today. So we're making some decisions about our vision, and we'll talk about that in a second. First, let's just tame the brain. So one more time, just to be clear, I'm listening to my heart today, and I hereby decide that I am. And you can also do I am not. And so it is. I thought so because I said so. Now the ruling step of the day is Step 8. Step 8 is I decide. So I decide is that famous Saturn consciousness, that famous Capricorn consciousness. This is the consciousness that makes the hard calls. This is why Capricorns can be brutal but effective. And really, this is the way Mother Nature works. The truth is, if a tree starts to get too big or starts to grow into some sort of other tree, sometimes the tree just lets that limb go to let other limbs go up. You've seen it on your own. It does it on its own. Nature does that. So today we're kind of doing that sort of thing. We're making those hard decisions in our life. And decisions really are the power turning point, really, in any part of the architecture of incarnation. Let's take a look at 8. Right now we're at Step 8 Taurus, which is I decide in the first dimension. So what we decide here in the first dimension determines what's going to grow or not grow, and so it's a very powerful decision indeed. And today you're making decisions. Mostly the easiest decision is what you will not do. So you may not be clear on what you're going to do, but you should be clear on what you're not going to do. I know what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to starve as an artist for another year. I know what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to accept this or not going to accept that. I know what I'm not going to manifest, more drama and waste of time there. And if you don't know what you are, be very clear on what you're not. Then in the second dimension, 8 becomes very powerful. My favorite 8, step 18. That'll be my birthday, by the way. Step 18 will be my birthday. Hey, just telling you now. But this is what I live by. I love to make a decision. I do love making decisions. In fact, I have a problem sitting around taking too much time making decisions when I really should be acting on them, which is 1 + 8 makes 9. But as you can see in the second dimension, once you make the decision, you move forward. That's not for a while. Then the third dimension, right, is 28. And this is the Grand Master step of Taurus, the Grand Master manifestation. When you feel it and you are committed, it manifests. And the thing is when you feel it versus just love it or think it, when you feel it, you bring your whole soul's power to it. That's why emotions are a master step. When you feel it, you also open for abundance. So if you just love it or just think it, it kind of goes a couple steps. If you feel it, it abundantly moves forward in time. So that's why it's important for us to feel it. But today, let's not get too far. That's the fruit. We're back down here by the stalk. It's time to decide. So let's look at the colors and chakras involved with today's decisions.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do.
Well, cool enough. The sun, of course, is in I Manifest. I Manifest is orange. Orange, of course, is pulling in what we love and what we trust. So it's really 10, I love and trust. And so you have to be in a core of loving and trusting yourself and your life before you even step out the door today. You have to, in your core, love and trust who you are before you make any decisions. That's the old cart pulling the horse sort of scenario. So today, don't leave until your orange is solid. Maybe you should have an orange for breakfast. I think they're associated in a weird way. That citrus wakes you up, right? So have an orange, kind of taste what it is that you love and trust. Make sure you have your center in place. Then we go out to our day and we make an incision or a decision. An incision in consciousness is known as a decision. So we make a decision. In this case, we are deciding where one third eye vision begins and where one third eye vision ends. And so today you're making a subtle decision, turning the head to the left instead of turning the head to the right. And of course, when we turn our head and we make that decision, where there are things in life we don't end up seeing, and there are things in life we end up seeing that we would not have seen. And that is, my friend, today's decision. So let's look at all of the states of awareness involved and the timing of everything in the cosmic clock. And here we are with the cosmic clock. Well, the sun has progressed to step 8 Taurus today, and like I said, that is the 8th step of I Manifest. Step 8 is I Decide. So this is our preliminary decision to decide what we want to manifest, and like I said, mostly what we don't want to manifest. But even as we're at the very beginning stages of Taurus, other parts of our consciousness are on top of it, namely Mercury. Mercury, which is our mind, I think. Well, this is what's cool about step astrology. Now, Mercury is at step 26 today. Step 26 is if I feel it and it is easy flow, I decide. So step 26 adds to I decide. So Mercury is at a grand decision step. That means our mind is deciding where this might go in the end, as we are deciding in our actual life where this will not go today. And that's the arc or the zero in which we're manifesting. That's the womb of time that we've now set for ourselves. And also, somewhere in the middle is our ego, Mars. Mars is at step 20 today. That means our ego is pushing for what we feel and want to manifest from our feelings. So we're trying to manifest our passions. Our mind is on the end game, and our sun is on the start game. And that is today's game, so to speak. But wait, folks, there's more. The moon is in Virgo. That means that all this game is feeling very real. And with the moon in Virgo, we are kind of feeling if we like it or we don't like it, feeling if we are attached to or not attached to it. This is the picky Virgo in all of us. And so all of us are emotionally a picky Virgo. Now, what you're supposed to pick is what you like, and don't focus whatsoever on what you don't like, all right? I know I just said it's mostly about what you don't want. That's true. I think step 8, I Decide, is about what you don't want. But as soon as you decide you don't want it, throw it over your shoulder and get on to the next thing to decide if you want or don't want. Don't stay hung up on anything you don't want. Just move on, All right? Now here is the magic of the day. This moon in Virgo is part of a grand trine in Earth. So when you have a grand trine in Earth, that's pretty much a guarantee that you are creating reality right there, because the three signs of Earth, which are Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus, are all coming together and saying, uh-huh. And when the three Earth Tauruses, that's Freudian, we're all Taurus, aren't we? When the three Earth signs come together and agree, all you air signs and water signs can pout all you want. Ain't changing, okay? Now this is true inside yourself as well. When these three earth signs come together in you and come to this harmony, this grand trine, which means you have one sign representing each of the three dimensions, first dimension, second dimension, third dimension, always works in three. So when you hit that trine, you make reality happen. So this trine, let's look at it. It begins really with the moon, like I said, in Virgo. So we are feeling reality. And we're feeling that reality, and it goes to the sun over in Taurus. So we're feeling reality, and we're deciding what reality will not be with the sun in Taurus. Then with Pluto over in Capricorn at step 15, this is actually us trying to be mindful of what we love and creating rules, revolutionary rules, because it's Pluto, revolutionary rules that are based on being mindful of what we love. That is revolutionary. And then those rules come back around the trine, okay, back to us feeling that new reality. So we feel it, we decide, we align it with the rules, we feel it, we decide, we align it with the rules, we feel it, we decide. And that basically is the yellow brick road of the day that you are skipping down. What it does is unite your awareness and give you a bird's eye perspective of your life. So at some point you get a real feel of how where all you are perched, these three places. And from that you're able to kind of make some decisions, not just for what you aren't today, but for where you want to be tomorrow. Now this is a 2-day grand trine. I'll be reporting on it tomorrow, and it's pretty powerful. But wait, there's more. Today from God also, Venus herself, which is the accept and receive, is at step 19. That means we are accepting and receiving manifestation, step 19, right? But of ideas. So ideas that we're manifesting, contracts. This is a day where you might sign a contract, you might put your, you might agree to something formally. It might even be a handshake with a real, wink behind it, which means you were serious, right? So there's definitely some intellectual manifestation going on with word and contract. And I also want to point out that that Jupiter at step 13, which is pushing for breakthrough with our heart and pushing for us to get on down that yellow brick road, which we, by the way, end up down by the end of this summer. Jupiter right now is trining Saturn retrograde at step 3. What this means is we are literally, as we create this new reality, we are actually moving through a breakthrough of what our heart wanted. So hopefully this is a breakthrough. The first time in your life you've been able to do this, the first time in your story you've been able to address it, the first time that's like a breakthrough, or you actually get to move forward. So there's that part of it. And then the Saturn trine at step 3 means, and this rewrites history, this rewrites belief, this rewrites the fabric of what we used to believe the story was. This changes the story. So you can look for this kind of dynamic in your life as well, that you're creating in this grand trine, this reality, but on the other side, you're also probably breaking through what your heart wants and changing the rules. This isn't the way you imagined probably as a child. So looking at the Tower of Truth, it's pretty powerful. I just want to point out real quickly that we have our thoughts and our aggression higher up in the consciousness. Mercury at step 26 is literally saying, I am thinking about what I'm feeling and receiving, and that leads to decisions 8 about my manifestations 10. Mars, just a little bit further, the true statement there is I am acting on what I feel and what I protect in my manifestations, and this leads to my further manifestations 10. And then is the Sun today. The Sun, which is at step 8, which you could read is I love what I decide to manifest. And this leads to what I love, because the ruling number of 10 is actually 1. So we are deciding what we want to manifest, we are loving what we want to manifest, and we are directing our lives. We're taking leadership of our lives in the next 24 hours. Now, how do you do all of that simply? That's why I have this little segment coming up next called Your Joy Quest. Your Joy Quest, should you choose to accept it, is today eliminate the obvious no's. In fact, I deliberately spell it as no's that way, not just to be cute, but also to kind of hit a paradox there with what no is. Knowing is knowing what's no, not knowing what's yes. When you know something, It's based on the NO inside of it. Like, you know it wasn't that, but you know it may be this. So no's is really about no's, and control is really about no's. And it's funny, in light work, they say, oh, you shouldn't control with negatives. Not true at all. God uses negatives all the time. In fact, most of our experience on earth is discovering what we are not in order to know who we are. So today, try to eliminate the obvious no's. Obvious no's are, look, this is obvious. I'm never going to end up going to that darn party on Saturday. So just tell her now, I'm not going to. And just tell that person I can't do that either. And you know how we keep things open? This just holds back all of our consciousness because you don't know what no is going to do, right? And once you say no, you will know, right? Because you said no, because there's an absolute that builds that knowledge up. So today, hit the low-hanging fruit. If you know that the answer is no, then go for it. Say it, execute it, put it out there, call it a day. And let yourself look back and stand back and see that what you know, K-N-O-W, from saying the word no. Now, eliminating what's not right in your life comes actually to two sources within you, I believe. What is what you love and what is what you feel. So when we determine if it is correct or not correct, we're checking into our feelings and we're checking into our heart. These are the two. And if you don't love it and you don't feel it, the answer is no. Okay? So if you're confused, it's like, do you love it? No. Do you feel it? No. Then the answer is no. Now you know, right? Because the answer is no. So today, if you're in my personal Sensei network, I'm going to help you with the no's. One at 9:09, I'm going to help you talk about what part of your life you're deciding away today. So you can be really clear. We just need a yes or no on this, Your Majesty. Then at 11:11 a.m., I'm going to talk actually about your prenatal solar eclipse, which is what does your second sun sign's heart want right now? So we all have a second sun sign called our prenatal solar eclipse. What is your second sun sign looking for in today's yes or no's? And then at 3:03 p.m., I'm going to tell you, according to your chart, based on your south node, I'm going to tell you about the no you were born with and the no you should know, but I'll remind you just in case you forgot what you know. Okay? So I'm going to tell you what you should definitely say no to. Now, there's no need to sit there and not know. You can actually join my personal Sensei network for just $19.95 a month. I'll be with you 7 times a day, and I'll help you with these little riddles about your life, but helping you get to the simple, basic truths and keeping it positive all day long. If you want to know a little bit more about how the service works, come on down to SiriusJoy.me. And that rolls us on now to today's telepathy, from my temple to yours. I am beaming the images of 3 famous Taurus people. Now today, the theme is one of my favorite, Taurus beauties. Now, it's no secret, as Tauruses love beauty, and it's no secret that a lot of Taurus women and men turn out quite beautiful, just beautiful. Aries, too. I mean, there's signs that just put out the beauty. Leo, Aries, they tend to always put out that beauty. And Taurus, it's a lucky shot anyways, I would say. But these 3 ladies are definite Taurus beauties. Which of these Taurus beauties am I thinking of and sending to your temple? Is it number 1, actress Jessica Alba? Number 2, actress Michelle Pfeiffer? Or number 3, actress Penelope Cruz? All beautiful Tauruses, but only one of them has my heart and my telepathy. I'll have the answer right after this. You know, there's a secret in your birthday to courage, and courage leads to love. Are you ready to find out the truth? I have the answer. You too can find the truth if you dare. All that and more at secretsofbirthdays.com. Welcome back to Namaste today. So for the answer to today's telepathy, I was beaming from my temple to yours. One of these Taurus actress beauties. Was it number 1, Jessica Alba? Number 2, actress Michelle Pfeiffer? Or number 3, actress Penelope Cruz? And the answer is Jessica Alba. And can you imagine why? Because she's just hot. Just hot to me. You know what, you Geminis, you can have your Angelina Jolie's, because Angelina Jolie's a Gemini. We got Jessica Alba over here in the Taurus department, and we're doing just fine. The water's just fine. But I got to tell you, Michelle Pfeiffer is also beautiful. Would I be dating myself if I said Michelle Pfeiffer is kind of my Catwoman? It's true, though. That's how old I go back. with Tom Keaton, right? But also, you know, Penelope Cruz, beautiful, and I threw her in there too because she's another different beauty of a different ethnicity and shows you the diversity of Taurus when it comes to beauty. So let's move on to today's rock and roll gospel. We want some love, laughter, and song. And I always think song is a great way to kick off your day. So if you're not a person who meditates, you're not a person who does that whole spiritual thing, well, put on a song, man. You'll get in your heart and you'll be along the way. And we're looking at Tauruses that bring value in music or bring value to music. And today is a bit of a stereotype for Tauruses, but still she earned it. Cher. You got to give Cher some credit, man. She's funny like a Taurus. She goes way back. She's totally in that partnership union with Sunny. So the fact that she was in a partnership, that's very Taurus. Tauruses love to partner up, believe it or not. A lot of times they're the quiet partner in the back. And I chose for today really a good song that is kind of obvious, but really for today's point. Like, if you're having a hard time making that decision, I think you should put on some Cher and just believe. Right? Now, Cher is a Grandmaster Step 28. So she's a Grandmaster Taurus. And I'll tell you, how do you tell a Grandmaster? She was manifesting at age like 19, and she's manifesting now, whatever ageless face age she is now. So that is a Grandmaster. And if you haven't heard the song Believe, one thing I like about Cher is she does build you up like a Taurus. You listen to her stuff and you're like, oh, I believe, right? Do you believe there's life after love? That's a big question. And life after love would be past the step 8. So, but before you start your rock and roll gospel of Cher, let's take a look at the moods of each of your brothers and sisters today and a special soul vitamin. This soul vitamin is designed to help you see the bird's eye view of you. And this by view, I mean the vision of you and where you see yourself going. So this is for each of the 12 signs in the 11 steps to Sirius joy, starting with the hidden step, Scorpios, step zeros. Scorpio is sunny and social, I think, today in this soul pyramid in Earth. But your bird's eye view is you are now marrying a success. And when I say marrying, I mean in your marriage to you. You're now marrying a success. Step 1, the Leos, sunny and quite productive today. You, my friend, are stepping into your success. That's based on the Grand Trine. And that is also with a dollar sign, that success. Step 2, the Cancers, sunny and rather chatty today, I think. But it's now time to make your social claim. So Cancers, go out there and make your social claim. Step 3, the Sagittarius is sunny and professional today, but it's now time to start the grand new life. And that life includes your dreams. That's the important part of it. Step 4, sunny with a chance of grandi, I think, for the Aquarius is. It's now time to feel like you have made it. So let yourself feel like you've made it. That's the grand view, in my opinion. Step 5, the Gemini, sunny, nesting, and resting in this Grand Trine. But it's now time for you to believe now. So just go ahead and let the minds both believe. Step 6, the Librans, sunny and productive today. It's now time, I think, in the big picture of things, to trust your value. So name your price and stick to it, Your Honor. Step 7, the Pisces, sunny and sentimental. I do believe the way this Grand Trine adds up is it's now time to think us. So think in terms of us, okay? That us might be you and your other part of you, or you and someone else too, right? Step 8, the Capricorns, who probably loving this step 8 today. Sunny and quite passionate for the Capricorns today. And your big sum up of it is time to live the dream, quite literally. So time to live the dream. Step 9, the Aries, sunny and hyper aware. And for the Rams today, I think the big picture view is to become what you're worth now. So just become what you're worth. Step right into it. Make it your day-to-day reality. Step 10, the birthday Tauruses. Happy birthday. Sunny and childlike today, if you can't tell. But I think it is now time to act from the heart, Taurus. So 100% acting from the heart with this soul pyramid in Earth is the way I read it. Then finally, the Virgo. Sunny and cool with the moon in their sign. And the big picture belief for you is time to believe in yourself. And that's a big deal, right? A Virgo believing and not doubting, big deal. So moving on to our Lightwalker Parade. For starters, if you're watching on YouTube, please be kind and do subscribe. I thank you ahead of time and helps us with our relationship with them. And if you want to be our friend on Facebook, navigate to soulgarden.me. And if you're interested in one of my products or services, go to soulmart.me. In fact, right now, I'm holding a sale for, if you buy 1 hour reading with me, you'll get a free 30-minute follow-up that is good through August 31st. And we're now releasing the Personal Sensei service all month long. So if you'd like to try the service out, come on down to SiriusJoy.me. And I have a new announcement. I am calling upon all of my friends out there in Colorado Soul Gardeners. We're looking for basically Soul Garden ambassadors to Colorado. We're planning an event out in Colorado in August of this year, and we could use some just advice from some friendly Colorado people. So if you would like to be a Soul Garden Colorado ambassador and help us out, I would very much appreciate it. Come on down to soulgarden.tv. You'll see in About Us that there is a SG Ambassadors. Just click on that and tell us about yourself, and let's just start talking. Now, if anyone else wants to be an ambassador of a different area, go ahead and let us know, because I'm going to be out there traveling anyways. It'd be great to know you. But in particular, I'm just going to put a little whisper out there, plant a seed here in this I Decide Day. It looks like Soul Garden will be in Colorado in August. I'll have more details on that later. Fun stuff. Yay, I'm excited. So that's all I have for today, my friends. Make your decisions, at least of what you are not. Remember that I love you. Remember to eliminate the obvious no's, all right? And I'll see you in 24 hours with more. Until then, have a divine and blessed day, and live, love, be. This is just so ironic.